What's up, everybody? It's Friday night.
Yeah.
Me and Lila are down at the garage, and Harrison too. See him down there?
Yeah.
We're gonna work on Donnie a little bit.
Yeah. And I got a flashlight.
Yep, ultra bright. What are we gonna do tonight, Lila?
Fix him, Donnie.
Fix Donnie? We're gonna start tearing down, getting the try to get the motor out. What do you think? Hey, don't spray that. Don't spray it.
You could use that for a tool.
Yeah, that's starting fluid. That helps him start up.
Let's do that.
Okay.
If he gets that.
Alright. Here we go.
And I got a little food. Yeah.
Can't really tell what I'm doing, but I'm taking the drive shaft out. Me and
Yeah,
Lila.
drive shaft.
Drive
And
shaft.
I'm holding the flashlight.
I've got the world's best flashlight holder here with me,
Yeah.
and she is doing a tremendous job.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a better flashlight holder in my entire life.
I am.
And you're the best of the
Look
best.
at me.
Show the camera. Her hands are getting dirty.
Yeah.
I'm wearing gloves.
Yeah. So Daddy's hands are dirty.
Yeah, I usually don't, but I had them. I figured might as well wear them, right?
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah.
So,
But I figured I wouldn't wear gloves and I would just let my hands get dirty.
Lila's just gonna wing it because she's an old mechanic from way back.
Yeah.
She's been turning wrenches since she was what? 2 years old? 2 years old.
Yeah, too.
So she is very experienced
Yeah.
in turning some wrenches.
Yeah. And I get tools for Daddy too.
All the time. Yep.
Yeah, all the
My
time.
best
when
tool
he
getter.
works here. Yeah.
So Lila, what are we gonna do to this truck? What's our plan? We're
Um,
gonna take it all apart and put it back together?
yeah. And
Why would
put
we-
a new back on.
Put a new back and paint it and make it all nice and pretty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe paint on this too. This rusty stuff.
Yeah, we definitely gotta paint that rusty frame.
Yeah.
That's the most important part to paint.
Yeah.
Daddy.
'Cause this isn't pretty.
No, it's not pretty right now, is this rusty? This truck's
And dusty.
40 some years old. Dusty Rusty. We shouldn't have named this truck Dusty Rusty.
Yeah. We should name it Dusty Rusty.
Dusty Rusty Donnie.
Yeah, Dusty Rusty Flasty.
Maybe you can see what I'm doing a little bit, except for this shock right here that's right in your way.
But that's okay, right?
That's alright, because all we're doing is taking 4 bolts off of this drive shaft.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, of all the things on this truck, these have, knock on wood, these have came out pretty easy so far. So
Can you see what you're doing now?
I can, thanks to you.
You're welcome.
So,
Are you gonna take out the bottom too?
the bottom of the truck?
Yeah.
Some of it, not all of it, but most of it.
Okay. The bolts of it, I slide
The
down,
bolts, yeah.
and I can hold the flashlight like that.
That's right.
This
Probably-
is pretty cool.
Please tell. That's your emergency brake cable.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's pretty squishy.
Yeah, don't stand on it.
I know.
Because, well, you have a cable that runs back to your brakes. That way, if your hydraulic brakes fail, the ones that have fluid in them, you still got a cable to stop your truck.
Yeah.
All vehicles should have emergency brakes. And it's very important to know that your emergency brake works.
Good.
Because if it don't work, that's bad.
You
'Cause
gotta put
then-
a new one on.
Yeah, you better put a new one on, because if you have an emergency, you ain't going to be able to stop.
Forever.
You just go forever till you hit something.
Yeah. And then the truck stops whenever a red light goes.
Yeah, you won't be able to stop at the red lights if your brakes don't work.
Nope.
Alright, this is the last bolt right here.
Okay, that's all.
Oops, where'd that go? Let's see how easy this drive shaft comes off here.
Yeah.
Much easier to work on it with the bed off.
Yeah.
You think so?
So you don't have to undo it.
That's right. Here you go, friend. Will you hold those for me?
Yes.
Thank you. I hear something outside. Sounds like a Harrison. Look at that. Drive shaft's off. Yeah. Here's that half of the drive shaft. This is what I like to call a 3-piece drive shaft. So it has a piece that comes out of the transmission, comes back to a center brace, and from the center brace it comes on back to the drive shaft here.
That's if you need them.
Thanks, babe. I'm gonna put the bolts back in the in the yoke here, because if you do this, you won't have to wonder later on where you put them.
Good.
And you won't have to wonder, where do these bolts go? Because you're putting them back where you got them out of.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for helping me out tonight, Lila. I'm glad we get to hang out Friday night.
Yeah.
Listen to some good music, even though the music's not on right now.
Let's turn the music on.
You want some music? Alright, Cameron, we're turning the music on. Alright, so rear drive shaft is disconnected. We drained the radiator out and started unplugging some of the wiring harness. Sorry for the shaky camera, but trying to get this all prepped, get the harness unplugged. Gonna do the brake lines next, and yeah, we're moving right along. Slow process, but that's how it goes sometimes. Alright, in the process of taking the radiator out, fortunately so far, well, hang on one sec. Okay, fortunately so far the bolts are coming out pretty easily. Having a broken tripod is really making it a pain to try to film, so probably next paycheck I'm going to be investing in another tripod. My other one broke the other day, so that's why you might notice some weird camera angles tonight. I have this little selfie stick, but it ended up breaking too, so I guess I'm just hard on the filming equipment. So something I need to invest a little bit of money in, buy a better tripod so I can actually get some decent angles. You can see what in the world I'm working on. But basically 4 bolts hold the radiator in here, and then it's looking like I have to take the this plastic fan shroud off separately from the radiator to be able to pull the radiator out. I'll show you in a few minutes what I mean by that, because unless where the engine sits so close to the fan, I don't know that I'm going to be able to pull it straight up because it's going to end up hitting the fan. So that's what I mean by that. But I just have to pick one project at a time and stick with it, because I'm kind of pressed for time as far as how much time I get to spend down here in the garage. And when you're running on limited time, you kind of have to juggle all your time out, but you also want to say, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, and do 5 million things at once, and next thing you know, you haven't got anything done because you tried to do 15 different projects, and you took one bolt out in the back, and then you came up to the front, and you took one bolt out up here, and then it's 1:30 in the morning, and you're like, man, I haven't done anything today. So I found for myself it works best if I set a goal like, okay, tonight we're taking the radiator out. You know, as simple as that sounds, that's what works best for me. And you know, once that's done, I can be like, all right, cool. Let's I don't know, pull the belts off the engine or something like that. You know, one step at a time. So let me find my screwdriver. As you guys saw earlier, Lila was down here working with me, and I love having my daughter here working in the garage with me, but she kind of likes to hide tools from me. You know how it goes. She don't like to hide them, she just likes to pick them up and put them different places than I put them. So that being said, I spend a lot of time looking for tools tonight, you know? That's how it goes, you know? I would much rather spend 4 or 5 minutes looking for a tool than not spend any time with my little girl down here working. So to me, that means everything. To be able to spend time with my daughter and work on this truck, yeah, that's what it's all about right there. Oh, so this thing has some really old clamps on it, and they do not want to come off here. So hopefully on the radiator itself, oh yeah, look at that. Somebody has put a new style radiator clamp down here on the bottom. I can get to that. Get to it maybe. That's going to be the hard part. Or, yeah, look at that. Alright. I actually just broke the, this old clamp. Sure. Well, I was going to show it to you, but one thing I found when you're working on vehicles, when you're draining cooling systems, it's one job that I don't think can be done in a clean manner. Anytime you drain a cooling system, you get coolant everywhere. And, you know, with draining the oil out, transmissions, whatever, yeah, you can keep them somewhat contained, but cooling systems, like, know what the deal is, man. Anybody else have that problem? I know I do. Let's try to lift this radiator out. I was hoping I don't have to take that bottom line out. I'm trying to be careful because this radiator actually seems like it's in pretty decent shape. I'm gonna try to use everything I can. Alright, cool. There is the radiator out. Much more room for activities in the front of the engine bay up here. Oh man. So, and check that out. Found a little treasure in the engine bay. It's always cool. Little reward. I'm sure that was probably mine anyway. But yeah, the more I dig into this truck, the more I realize that it's not in that bad a shape, and that makes me feel really good because, you know, sometimes I see a little rust on these inner fenders here, but we'll have that. It's an old truck. So, yeah, not as bad as what I originally expected. So. And this engine here just turns over so easy. I love that. So, definitely makes me feel a little better about the whole thing. Alright, so you can see what I'm talking about. The with the radiator out, quite a bit of room to do what I need to. I think the next thing is, so I'm gonna get my camera to focus back in there. Engine mounts right there. Go ahead and break those loose. Get the engine unbolted. And then, can you see that center link, which is this guy right here? Let's see if I can, oh, that thing right there. I need to take my center link out, because if not, your oil pan back here, right there, will hit on your center link when you're trying to pull out if you leave the engine and transmission connected. If you don't, you might be able to weasel the engine around it, but you're still going to have some troubles then. Alright, so real quick, just wanted to show you the progress we made this evening. The front clip is off, as you can see. Headlights out, grill's out, front bumper is off, radiator's out. We got wiring harness removed from the engine bay right here. It's pretty cool that is all the wiring that that goes to the engine. I say that because this thing right here, the Subaru, you should see its wiring loom. Probably about 5 times that. But I started removing the brake lines. They're pretty rusted up. I got to spray them down a little better. We come back here to got my grill right there. Looking pretty good. Like I said, you got the bumper chopped off there. Sprayed my primer on the frame. Looking like a brand new frame. Even though I'm going to have to wire wheel that off again and do the Pour 15 coating over top of it. Still looks pretty good, I think, you know. A little sample of what it's going to look like, you know, in the future, but I'm really happy with it. Alright, well, with that, we're going to have to call it an evening. I feel like I got quite a bit done this evening. Put about 5 hours into it. We got the wiring harness out of the engine bay, radiator out, all that good stuff that you saw. So making progress slowly but surely. I appreciate you guys watching. It kind of keeps me motivated. I can go back and see, alright, well, I've done this, because sometimes it doesn't really seem like I'm making a whole lot of progress. It's like, man, I spent 5 hours on this thing and didn't get anything done. But when I look back at the videos, I'm like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I did get a little bit done. So makes me feel better anyway. Hope you guys are enjoying the episodes I'm putting out. If there's anything I can change that you guys want to see me do differently, just let me know. Aside from that, we'll keep working on this old rusty beast. I should have named it Project Rusty, because it's pretty bad, but she's going to be up and running. I got faith in her. So tune in next time. It's almost average. Good night.